Ladies and gents, welcome to Jurex, and this is US strikes Iran's secret drone and missile base by channel AI Tele. Now, it's been a long time since I did AI Tele, a whole lot of few days. Yeah, I do a lot of reactions here, even few days feels like a lot. People told me in the comments, why'd you stop doing AI Tele reactions? I didn't. It's just like YouTube started recommending me this channel. I don't know why. Then I checked like, there's a lot of videos he already, made video about. Somehow YouTube didn't tell me. I'm even subscriber, all right? So this is about the recent strike. Few days ago, recent strike where a drone was shot down and USA blew up a lot of radar sites. I like AI Tele because he tells with a graph and animations and everything. Awesome channel. 2 million subscriber. If you haven't seen it, check out the link in the description, original video page link. And yeah, let's watch this one.
Swarm attack. Well, to pull off a mission like this, the US relies on a mixed force of carrier-based aircraft and guided missile destroyers. The chaos began when radar screens in the US command centers suddenly lit up. Deadly one-way attack drones were flying in fast, tracking straight toward a ship. The US had to launch a counterattack immediately. But how do you stop these drone swarms from attacking permanently? They had to trace the attack back to its source, the port city. This time, the weapon of choice was the Tomahawk cruise missile. Launched from warships out at sea, they slammed into the Iranian launch site, hitting them incredibly hard. But what was the Iranian response? Since they couldn't target the mobile US warships out
No, wait a minute. This is a different event than the one I was talking about. This is not the drone shot down the radar or destroyed. No, this is different destruction that US did before that about secret drone missile base. All right. I guess there's a lot of them. You get confused.
Open water, they chose a stationary target instead, a US airbase in Kuwait. And that's when all hell broke loose.
Still happening.
In the pitch black early hours
Oh my god, they destroyed a civilian airport, right? There was a latest video literally a few hours ago. That's insane.
2026, the fragile ceasefire in the Persian Gulf was pushed to the breaking point. A sudden alarm blared across the combat information centers of US warships. 4 Iranian one-way attack drones were airborne, tracking at low altitudes over the waves toward commercial shipping. But as the fleet tracked the skies, a far more critical countdown was happening on the ground. Deep within a compound near the strategic port of Bandar Abbas, a 5th drone was being fueled and prepped on its launch rail. It had less than 15 minutes until ignition. So how did US Central Command track this swarm in the dark? And what precision weapons?
So drones are not even fast deployable. I mean, you need to fuel them 20 minutes to release, and they're still on those catapults. So you can't even just pull it out, bam, 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 and just bring it inside. No, it takes time. All right, so I don't know. That in my mind, that makes these drones not as powerful as I thought, because in my mind it was always like it's an engine. You probably pre-prepped it. It's not like it's a rocket. It needs to hold like an hour-long preparation or something. You just bring out catapults and those videos they show of truck and the container brings down and there are multiple layers of drones. I thought it was fast as that. No, it's not that.
Weapon was used to obliterate the ground control station and drone launchers before that 5th drone could ever leave the rail. For that, we have to look at Part 2, the layered air defense and the aerial intercept. The moment the threat materialized, the US military's layered defense net went live. When dealing with a swarm of low-altitude loitering munitions, specifically showed series one-way attack drones, seconds matter. These drones are mass-produced and designed to slip beneath standard radar coverage. While heavy land-based strike fighters like the F-15 provide massive firepower from regional bases, they do not operate from aircraft carriers. Instead, the immediate aerial response falls to the carrier strike group's forward-deployed FA-18 Super Hornets. Vectoring in at high speed, the Super Hornets locked onto the incoming signatures. Using AIM-9X Sidewinder missiles, highly agile, infrared tracking weapons, the fighters locked onto the heat signatures of the drone's small piston engines. Within minutes, the airborne drones were blasted out of the sky over open water. But shooting them down is only half the battle. To guarantee success against a coordinated swarm, you have to cut the command cord entirely. But the FA-18 Super Hornets don't fly these missions alone. They have bodyguards. Trailing just behind the interceptors is an EA-18G Growler inside its rear cockpit. The electronic warfare officer manages a multi-million-dollar electronic jamming suite. You see, these one-way attack drones rely heavily on pre-programmed GPS coordinates or active radio command links to adjust their flight paths. The EWO job is to break that link. They immediately isolate the precise encrypted data streams traveling between the drones and their launch site back on land. By blasting high-powered directional energy bands directly at the targets, the Growler completely severs their connection.
Yeah, day isn't far where they're going to output Growlers with repurposed targeting data, where they already scan where the enemy things are and what is the closest things to that drone, and it will just basically redirect it towards that. So if they launch the drone, they hit their own things. I bet that's not that far away. They're probably already working on that, because the Growlers can already feed different system fake data, phantom data. Now they can give them specific data where to go now. So that would be next level.
Blinded and losing their telemetry, the swarm's coordination instantly collapses. This electronic blinding is what allows the Super Hornets to move in, get an easy lock, and unleash their AIM-9X Sidewinder missiles. But the pilot can also go old school and switch to gun mode. From inside the cockpit, it becomes a game of pure skill. Just align the crosshairs, squeeze the trigger, and shred the remaining one-way attack drones right out of the sky.
I mean, it wouldn't be like that, because I'm pretty sure F-18 cannot cruise at that low speed like how side drone can do. They will probably have to go like diving circles in order to hit it with guns. Obviously they can do it, but not like this. It's not going to chase it and shoot it down. It will automatically overtake it really fast.
But the US military need to go to the source of the kill chain, that is the launchers. Erupting from the ship's vertical launch system, the Tomahawk instantly dropped down to low altitude. Flying at subsonic speeds, the cruise missile used advanced terrain contouring radar and hubbed the landscape, staying entirely below the detection threshold of Iran coastal early warning radars. Guided by GPS and digital scene matching systems, the missile calculated its terminal dive with pinpoint accuracy. It struck the ground.
Alright, infrared GPS and some crazy things, that's what it does. Scene matching literally means it will check the photos with its camera. Does the photo match? It's literally doing detective work. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's the same thing. Okay, I guess I'm going to shoot now. Yeah, this is why it cost a lot.
Ground control station and the adjacent drone launchers directly, triggering a massive secondary explosion as the fuel and payload of the fifth drone detonated simultaneously. In a single surgical action, the command hub, the launch mechanics, and the remaining threat were entirely vaporized. But the real threat is strategic port of Bandar Abbas. Real-time intelligence from overhead reconnaissance confirmed the worst-case scenario. The primary drone control team wasn't just monitoring the initial targets, they were actively spooling up a fifth drone on a mobile launcher. To prevent a secondary wave without risking manned aircraft inside Iran's heavily integrated air defense networks, Central Command authorized a precision standoff strike. The assignment went to a U.S. Navy guided missile destroyer positioned securely out of range. The Iranian also launched a Shahed-139 drone to target a U.S. Navy strike group, but why launched a $100 million jet to take out a $70,000 drone? In the dead of night, the Navy deployed its most advanced fighter for a mission that looks like total overkill. The USS Abraham Lincoln, a Nimitz-class aircraft carrier, was transiting the Arabian Sea approximately 500 miles off the southern coast of Iran. As seen on this map, an Iranian drone carrier launched a UAV from this position, while the USS Abraham Lincoln was sailing toward the Strait of Hormuz. During this transit, a destroyer within the carrier strike group's defensive network detected an Iranian Shahed-139. It was flying on an aggressive profile directly toward the carrier. Unlike previous incidents where ship-based missiles or close-in weapon systems were used, this interception was unique.
Did he switch the time period? This incident is old, right? Because I'm pretty sure this is like very early days when they used a drone carrier to attack the Lincoln. Or did they do it again? Why did you left out drone carriers if that's the case? I'm pretty sure that's like they don't have any drone carriers left. It's a big ship. You probably sank all of them. You can't really hide a drone carrier.
It was executed by the carrier's primary air wing, specifically an F-35C Lightning stealth fighter. The engagement began long before the drone was visible to the naked eye. The Lincoln was escorted by Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, which are equipped with the advanced Aegis combat system and Spy-1D radar. Simultaneously, an E-2D Advanced Hawkeye was airborne, providing over-the-horizon radar coverage. Radar operators detected a small, low observable contact moving at a consistent speed toward the carrier. The trajectory was flagged as aggressive because it did not respond to standard de-escalatory hails and maintained a collision course with the high-value unit. The contact was identified as a
Alright, that's it. I'm pretty sure this is like the second portion of the video is about the thing happened way long ago when they used drone carriers to attack Lincoln. And they used F-35 to shoot it down. I remember that. So yeah, so far I didn't know it happened this way, where from Bandar Abbas they launched a lot of drones, and one was already about to be launched, and you used Arleigh destroyers to shoot it down. I recently learned that Arleigh destroyer has the most advanced radar system there is. Not even Ford has it, or even carrier Lincoln. I'm pretty sure Lincoln doesn't have it either. They are all supposed to be refitted. But did Lincoln got refitted? Because Lincoln got fitted with F-35 as well. So maybe it has the same sensor, I don't know. But Ford doesn't have it because Ford has like too advanced of a radar. And that doesn't have a gallium nitride in it, which is like, it's really like costly, but it's also like not as cutting edge as Arleigh destroyer. So yeah, destroyers are really powerful right now. Arleigh are kind of untouchable. So they use that to like shoot it down, makes sense. They have like two-band, radios that, two-band radar that basically scans the, like high altitude and low altitude. That makes destroyers basically untouchable. Aegis system works perfectly. So they basically use that to destroy a drone that didn't even lift off. This all happened, I guess, a few days ago. There was a big deal about this. This is why they've been constantly attacking Qatar. US punches Iran every single time, and Iran can't reach US, so they punch Qatar. This is a weird situation right now. I'm pretty sure they like attacked civilian airport just a day ago or something. Yeah, that's an escalation of whole another level. At this point, like Qatar and like all of them should be pissed, right? Because like we are just associated with US. We are not even doing much, and you constantly bomb us like we are bombing you. I'm surprised they didn't like take out all their arsenal. Like, yeah, now we are bombing. I don't know. Right, well, there you go. US strikes Iran's secret drone and missile base by channel AI Tele. If you like my example, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.